Ever wondered what the best recipe for a succulent duck with asparagus and crab stuffing is? Today we unravel this culinary mystery. You'll need a fresh duck, vibrant asparagus spears, and rich crab meat. In the next few minutes, we'll guide you through selecting the best ingredients, preparing the crab stuffing, trimming the asparagus, and preparing the duck. We'll top it off with stuffing and roasting the duck to perfection. Stay tuned for a culinary journey that will leave your taste buds tingling. First up, we dive into preparing the crab stuffing. Now, the crab stuffing is a crucial part of our dish, imparting rich, savory flavors that beautifully complement the duck's own juices. To start, we'll need a few key ingredients. Fresh crab meat is of utmost importance here. Why fresh, you ask? Well, fresh crab lends a sweetness and depth of flavor that tinned crab meat just can't match. We'll also need some finely chopped onion, a dash of garlic, breadcrumbs for a bit of texture, and a sprinkle of parsley for that hint of freshness. Now let's roll up our sleeves and get to work. We'll kick things off by sautéing our chopped onion and garlic in a bit of butter until they're golden and fragrant. Then, we'll add in our fresh crab meat, stirring gently to ensure it's well incorporated with the onion and garlic. Next, breadcrumbs enter the scene. We'll stir in just enough to bind the ingredients together without overpowering the succulent crab meat. A dash of seasoning is crucial at this point. Remember, the seasoning should enhance the crab's natural sweetness, not mask it. Finally, we'll fold in our chopped parsley, its bright flavor adding a lovely contrast to the rich crab meat. And voila, our crab stuffing is complete. It's a symphony of flavors, each note playing its part to create a harmonious stuffing that's sure to elevate our duck dish. With the crab stuffing ready, it's time to move on to the asparagus. Next, we turn our attention to the asparagus. Asparagus, with its delicate flavor and crisp texture, can truly elevate a dish when prepared correctly. To begin, let's make sure our asparagus is clean. Rinse the spears under cool, running water to remove any lingering dirt or grit. Once clean, we'll need to trim the asparagus. Cut off the tough, woody ends of the stalks. Typically, this will be the bottom third of the spear. Don't toss these ends though, they can be saved for vegetable stock or compost. Now we're ready to blanch. Blanching helps to preserve the asparagus's vibrant green color and enhance its natural flavors. Plunge the spears into a pot of boiling salted water for about 2 minutes. Immediately after, transfer them to a bowl of ice water to halt the cooking. Remember, we want our asparagus to have a bit of crunch to it, so be mindful not to overcook. Now that the asparagus is ready, let's move on to the main attraction, the duck. Now, it's time to bring in the star of our show, the duck. To prepare a duck, like any poultry, cleanliness is paramount. Start by giving the duck a good rinse inside and out under cold running water. Don't skip this step. It's essential not only for hygiene, but also for the final texture of the dish. Once rinsed, pat the duck dry with paper towels. A dry duck will yield a crisper skin, and who doesn't love that? Now you'll want to season the duck. This is where you can get creative, but a simple mix of salt, pepper, and thyme is a classic choice. Remember, the duck is rich in flavor, so you don't want to overpower it with too many spices. Generously sprinkle the seasoning mix all over the duck, inside and out. Use your hands to rub it in, ensuring every nook and cranny is covered. Next comes an essential step in achieving that perfect crispy skin, scoring. This involves making shallow cuts in the duck's skin, careful not to pierce the meat beneath. The pattern of scoring isn't crucial, but a simple crisscross pattern works well. Scoring serves two purposes. First, it allows excess fat to render out during roasting, which makes the skin crisp up beautifully. Secondly, it allows the seasoning to penetrate deeper, infusing the duck meat with flavor. Use a sharp knife and remember, shallow cuts. We're not trying to slice the duck, just the skin. One last tip before we move on. If you really want to elevate your duck to new heights, consider trussing. This involves tying the duck's legs together with kitchen twine. It's not strictly necessary, but it does help the duck cook more evenly, and it gives the finished dish a more professional appearance. With the duck prepped, we're ready for the final step, stuffing and roasting. So let's roll up our sleeves and get ready to make culinary magic with our perfectly prepped duck. It's time to bring all the elements together in a symphony of flavor. Stay tuned. Finally, we've reached the climax of our recipe, stuffing and roasting the duck. This is where the magic happens, where all the flavors we've been working on come together in a symphony of taste. Now you've got your prepared crab stuffing and asparagus from the previous steps and a beautifully cleaned and prepped duck. just waiting to be filled with that flavorful concoction. Start by gently spooning the stuffing into the cavity of the duck. Be generous, but be mindful not to overstuff. We want the heat to circulate well for an even roast. Next up, the roasting process. This is where patience and precision play a major role. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. The ideal temperature for roasting duck is relatively low to ensure the meat stays tender and juicy. Once your oven is ready, place your stuffed duck on a roasting rack, breast side up. This elevated position allows the heat to circulate evenly, ensuring a uniformly cooked bird. The initial roasting time is about 1 hour. But here's a little secret to a succulent finish: basting. After the first hour, take your duck out of the oven every 20 minutes to baste it with its own juices. This not only keeps the meat moist, but also gives the skin that irresistible golden brown finish we all crave. After about 2.5 to 3 hours of roasting and basting, your duck should be perfectly cooked, with the internal temperature reaching 165 degrees Fahrenheit. Let the duck rest for about 15 minutes before carving. This allows the juices to redistribute throughout the meat, enhancing its flavor and tenderness. And voila, your succulent duck with asparagus and crab stuffing is ready to be served. The perfect centerpiece for any dinner table, this dish is a testament to your culinary prowess and a feast for the senses. So there you have it, a mouth-watering duck recipe that's sure to impress. We started with preparing the crab stuffing, a flavorful mixture that adds a surprising twist to the dish. Remember, the quality of the crab meat is pivotal here. Next, we moved on to the asparagus, blanching it just right to retain its vibrant color and crunch. Then we prepared the duck, ensuring it was thoroughly cleaned and seasoned. We can't stress enough how important it is to score the skin, allowing for that deliciously crispy texture. After that, we stuffed and roasted the duck, letting the oven work its magic. The result? A succulent duck with a delightful crab and asparagus stuffing. A dish that's not just a feast for the eyes, but also a delight for the taste buds. So, why not give it a try at home? We'd love to hear how your version turns out, so don't hesitate to share your experiences in the comment section. Thank you for joining us on this culinary adventure. Until next time, happy cooking!